Hey guys, so I wanted to bring you a complete Mounjaro review. This is for the 1 month. I have been on it just over 1 month, so now I can give you a full review of a multitude of side effects, what I've learned so far, how my experience has been. I'm going to answer questions about how I ended up on it, how much is it for diabetes or weight loss, what have been the side effects over a month period. And so I do have all that written down on my notebook. So if you guys see me looking down a lot, that's me trying to stay on track so I don't start talking about other stuff and forget what I meant to say. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. It's Chrissy G, Life with Me. And if you are back for more, then thank you for coming back and thank you for spending time with me today. So first of all, I want to kind of go over how I ended up on Mounjaro. So I started my journey way back in March. It was not with Mounjaro. I went looking specifically for a specialist in diabetes because my husband had recently been diagnosed with diabetes and I was just kind of freaking out. Although he's 4 years older than I am, I just feel like we're kind of eating the same things. We have the same habits. So I just swear that I was going to be a diabetic. Google told me I was a diabetic. I would take my blood sugar levels in the mornings and they were higher than I wanted them to be. So I seeked out a medical professional and I saw on his website that they also treated weight loss patients and stuff like that. So I made an appointment. I went in. I told him everything I was experiencing, which I thought it would be hormonal maybe just because I was dieting and I've been very successful in the past. I lost 60 pounds a few years ago on my own, and here I am today not being able to lose anything. And now my blood sugar levels were, spiking. So I just knew that it was something to do with my blood sugar and stuff. So he did all the testing in office and determined that it was not anything hormonal. My thyroid was okay. So he just said, let's get your insulin levels controlled. He feels like I'm maybe pre-diabetic because I'm not full-blown diabetic, but he feels like I'm kind of borderline. So he suggested Wegovy at this time. So Wegovy is a semaglutide, much like Ozempic, Trulicity, Saxenda, which were all medications that were, and don't quote me here, but I believe they were all designed at some point for diabetes patients. Since then, they've come up with Wegovy, which Wegovy and Ozempic was like the diabetic version, and then came along Wegovy. Since then, the FDA has approved Ozempic for weight loss also, is the last article that I read. But Wegovy was on the market specifically for weight loss. So what Wegovy does is it's a semaglutide, so it reduces your appetite, it suppresses hunger, and it slows your digestion. So that's what Wegovy is for. So he recommended that I start taking that. It's a once weekly injection also. And he said, eat as little as you can, eat as slow as you can. So I did that. I did that for the first month and I lost, I think it was like 8 or 9 pounds the first month. I went the second month. They had the receptionist at the front desk suggested or gave me a sample box of Ozempic. So I started with the 0.25 on Wegovy, and then the second month I did Ozempic for 0.5. She said, here, try this one. The rep had some extra boxes here. So I did it, was very successful, April and May. So I had lost a total of about 20 pounds. So now I went from 241 to 221 at this point. The month of June was awful. I had about 7 birthdays between like Father's Day and birthdays, and all kinds of things were going on in June. I did not lose not 1 pound. Despite that I was not eating as much, I also wasn't really dieting or watching at all what I was eating. Doctor was not happy because he was like, so 7 birthdays, woohoo, like that was 7 days. What happened the other 21 days or whatever? And so didn't really have an excuse. So he said, you know what? This new medication just came out. Literally, he's like, you'd be my 3rd patient on it. It's designed for diabetic patients, but because you aren't very insulin resistant and all that good stuff, he's like, I think you would be a great candidate for it. He said it's so brand new on the market that right now no insurance plan is covering it. So there is a $25 coupon. He told me go to Alto Pharmacy, download their app. So it was so easy for me. A lot of people struggle to figure out where to get it, what insurance to use. I personally have a big following of supporters for Mounjaro on my TikTok channel. And there's a ton of people on Mounjaro now, and there's a ton of information that you can learn from all these ladies and gentlemen who are also on this journey, and from different parts of the United States, and who have all kinds of different insurance and pharmacies that they use. For the most part, any private insurance, and by private we mean anything outside of like VA, Medicare, Medicaid, Medigap. Although I did see that somebody who has VA insurance was able to get it. So again, I guess it just depends on the pharmacy and their knowledge. A lot of pharmacies are struggling because it's a brand new medication. So it's getting around. I think it's gaining a lot of traction. So it's getting around now. I think more pharmacies are more aware of it versus, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. So anyway, see, I ended up rambling for forever. So that's how I ended up on it. I did stall on the Wegovy for that month of June. So then that's why I think he was like, let's move you to Mounjaro. So the difference between Ozempic, Wegovy, Trulicity, Saxenda, all those medications, those are semi-glutides. Mounjaro came on the market as a trizepatide, which means it's both a semi-glutide and a trizepatide. It has the GLP-1 and the GIP receptors, both. The semi-glutides are just a GLP-1. So it kind of has more power behind it, right? So how much is it? So if you do not have insurance and you try to get Mounjaro, it is $1,500 a month. That is insane. There is absolutely no way I could sustain that after the coupon period is over. So I would assume that right now they don't have the weight loss version. Obviously, Eli Lilly will more than likely say, you know what, we can do this for weight loss, just like Ozempic did or Wegovy did with Ozempic. But until that day, I would assume that for the people getting this medication for weight loss, like sole purpose is for weight loss, once the promotional period is over, you would be liable for the $1,500. Because I don't see how insurance would approve it. I mean, they hardly even approve it now for diabetics because it's so new. Could you imagine, like, if you're not a diabetic and it's a medication for diabetes? So I'm not sure how that's going to work later for me because I'm a pre-diabetic. I don't know that my insurance would cover it because it didn't even cover Wegovy, because since Wegovy is a weight loss medication only, it's like considered cosmetic, right? It's not medically necessary. So even for me, Wegovy was going to end up being like $900. That was after my insurance covered. So I'm assuming that Mounjaro is going to be much the same. Once this promotional period is over, I would not be able to sustain that. Absolutely not. And that is a lot of money for a 1 month medication. So is it for diabetes and weight loss? No, it is. Right now, it is designed specifically for diabetes. What does it do? So it reduces hunger, it controls your insulin levels, and it slows your food digestion. A lot of people are complaining about having a lot of nausea. So from what I understand, if you overeat, it will cause you to feel sick to your stomach. And for some people, that translates to nausea. A lot of people are having diarrhea issues. Very unfortunate, have not. I have been constipated the entire time I've been on this, almost 5 weeks now. So I have been managing my symptoms, and I'll get to that in just a second. So like I said, side effects, technically on the website, it says there's nausea, vomit, diarrhea, constipation, feeling of fullness, digestive headaches. What is not on there is body temperature, and I know that it's not on their website, but I was experiencing it, and I thought it was just me until another person on TikTok was like, oh, I feel body temperature issues. And I'm like, wait a minute, so this is actually a thing, because I feel my feet are really cold and I cannot keep them warm. So that's another side effect that is not on there. Headaches, people are asking me about headaches and migraines. So my very first week, I had a headache like on day 2 and 3. My second week, I guess when the medication was finally like, okay, I'm in your body, like, let's do this, I had a headache almost every day the second week. So much so that I would take Tylenol and it was not helping, that I thought I might have COVID. And because that's a lot of people are complaining of headaches with this new wave of COVID. So I took a home test and it was negative. So for almost the first 4 or 5 days of my second injection, I had headaches every day. Like I said, so I was taking Tylenol for the headaches to help with that. And then for my constipation, I take Dopalax. I don't try to take it often, but when I'm like over it and it's been like 4 days without being able to go to the restroom, I'm gonna eat a Dopalax or 2 or 3 because it works with like 3 of them for me. So yeah, but I've not experienced nausea or vomiting or anything like that, but I'm eating so much less than I'm used to eating, like a lot less. So there's that. When did I start Mounjaro? So I technically had already started my journey mid-March, but on Mounjaro, I started on June 29th. So I know there's a ton of people who are just now starting their journeys, which congratulations and good luck to you. I wish you guys the best on your journeys, and I'm so excited when I see your messages and you share your experience with me. That's awesome. So I started on June 29th. My 5th week will be August the 3rd of 2022. And I've lost so far on Mounjaro 13 pounds. So I started at 221 in June, and this morning I was at 208, which means I've lost 13 pounds since starting Mounjaro. If you make that into an average, which it's not, because some weeks I'll lose 1 pound, and then some weeks I think I didn't lose any, and then like this week I've lost 2 so far. So on average, I've lost 2 pounds a week, just over 2 pounds a week, which is normal weight loss. So could you imagine having to pay $1,500 a month just to lose the average 2 pounds a week? Like, that seems excessive to me. But considering that I was struggling for so long, I'm happy. I'm happy with the average of 2 pounds a week. I'm happy that I'm at 208. Like, I can't even believe this. The last time I was at 205 was about 3 years ago. And I haven't been in the 100s in over 20 years. And to think that 10 pounds away from being 198, I just can't even fathom that. Like, I can't believe it. So I'm going to try really hard to lose 10 more pounds because I just want to be there. I just want to be like 100s. Yes. Like, I haven't seen the 100s in over 20 years. How do I like it compared to Wegovy and Ozempic? So a lot of people will ask me, did you like being on Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro? Energy wise, absolutely Mounjaro, no questions asked. Like when I was on Wegovy and
Ozempic, I was extremely exhausted. I wanted to do absolutely nothing.
Coming home to cook was a chore to me. Spending all day at work and then having to come home and cook was just like a chore to me. And then after I cooked, I wanted to literally lay on the couch and fall asleep. Did not have energy to work out, none of this, much less to be doing videos or anything like that. So that has been night and day between the medications. Also on Wegovy and Ozempic, I was experiencing the diarrhea. So I would be constipated for like 2 or 3 days, and then it was like, oh, we going, sis. Like, restroom now, please. It was horrible. Like, horrible. I do not miss that. I mean, I do kind of, because, you know, I haven't been able to go now, but yes, I had sulfur burps during my Wegovy stint. Sulfur burps are the absolute worst. If you do not know what a sulfur burp is, neither did I. And to my surprise, it was not at all pleasant. It's the worst thing ever. It's like farting, but out of your mouth. There's a video about that. I have a video about my story with my experience in sulfur burps. So can anyone take it? So I think right now anyone can take it. Any doctor can prescribe it, because I see people who are saying they're going to online clinics, like, you know how they have the virtual doctor stuff like that, and then they tell them, well, I want to be on Mounjaro, and they'll write them a prescription for Mounjaro, and then they go pay $25 for them, and not necessarily doing any blood work or anything like that. So can anyone take it? I believe because it's so brand new, and based on the other people's experiences and stories that I hear, it sounds like they're prescribing it even if it's just for weight loss. My doctor will not do that. He made it very clear to me that he issued it to me just because I'm insulin resistant, and borderline diabetic. So, to each their own, I guess. Um, I okay, so yeah, I already went over the losing 2 pounds a week. So, like I said, would I recommend it? Absolutely. I have been blessed that I haven't had any extreme side effects. I absolutely love the fact that I have the energy to actually go and work out. What am I eating? So, a lot of people are asking if I am doing a specific diet. So, no, my doctor told me that he wanted me to live life like I would normally live life. You know, obviously, do not overindulge, but eat the normal foods that you would eat every day. Don't restrict yourself to broccoli and chicken breast like I usually did. So that being said, I still eat. I mean, I cook the normal foods. I'm not a big fast food eater, anyways. Like I'm not big on burgers and fries. I love them, but fortunately, I'm not like huge on that. I'm more of a steak and potatoes kind of girl. Like I love me some steak and some mashed potatoes and some bread and butter, things like that. So that's really my weakness. But honestly, on Mounjaro, my sugar cravings are so much less, which is unbelievable because I am very much the sweets person. I know some people are more salty and savory. I am very much the cupcake, cookie, candy person. And I sit in an office with a candy bowl in my face all day because I'm in HR and people usually don't like going into HR. So I make sure I have a bowl of chocolate when you walk in so you don't feel so bad about being in my office. But no, I'm not tempted. Like I used to be tempted to, and I would eat 2 or 3 pieces sometimes sitting there. I mean, they're the little bitty mini sized pieces, but still. And now, I mean, they're there. Sometimes when I see everybody else eating them in front of me, I'm like, that does sound like it tastes good, but I don't. I don't get tempted, which is unbelievable. Honestly, unbelievable. Like I cannot believe that I can resist it and not feel bad about it or whatever. So yeah, that's my take on it. I've fortunately been okay with it. It hasn't been anything difficult. I love that I feel full. I have been on the 2.5. Like I said, this will be I'm going into week 5, which means it'll be injection 6 on Wednesday. I will say that it's losing its effectiveness because I used to stay full for well into day 5, and then day 6 was a little harder, and then boom, 7 was injection day. Now I'm getting hungry like day 4, 5, and then 6 I'm starving. I definitely feel like I need to go up a dose because I'm getting hungrier a lot sooner, and I do not want to take phentermine if I don't have to. So I'm really going to talk to Dr. Z this week, or I have an appointment with him 2 weeks from now. I'm really gonna talk to him and be like, please, I feel like it's losing its effectiveness because I'm hungry so often, and I really, other than the constipation, my headaches have subsided. Um, I still have sustained energy, so everything else is pretty good. So, anyways, you guys, I really hope this was somewhat informative to you guys. Like I said, I absolutely love all the support, and I love that you guys are networking in the comments and helping each other out. That's really I'm really grateful for that. So guys, good luck with your journeys. If you're thinking about starting Mounjaro and you're afraid, the injections are super simple. I struggled at the beginning because I didn't know how to work the needle, but now that after like your second injection, the third one's cake. Like it's a no-brainer. I could literally do it with my eyes closed if I wanted to. I guess the first few, it's something new, it's unknown, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, but once you get used to it, it's so simple, so quickly, so convenient. So if it's something that you're considering, I would say for me, it's been a pleasant experience. I can't speak for everyone, but for myself, it's been a really great experience for me. I'm taking it full advantage while I can with the $25 coupon. So hopefully, I know that coupon says it's good until 2023. I think it was like December of 2023 or June of 23. I can't remember, but I have a vlog about it on TikTok. So anyways, you guys, like I said, good luck to you. I hope you all have success in your journeys, and I appreciate you spending some time out of your day to hang out with me for a little while. So please let me know in the comments below if I didn't answer something that you've been wondering or thinking about. I would love for suggestions if you guys have anything that you want to talk about or that you want to let me know, or something that you want me to bring up next time. I would gladly love to accommodate for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great one.